Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. This isn't actually Adventure Time. This is the Star Trek Girl show. I'm the Star Trek Girl. Welcome to my show.
She's a walker on the dance floor. She's on full power, but she always wants more. She's a tripped out, gorgeous in Raymond Ford engage.
Hello everybody, welcome to my show for Tuesday, September 3rd, 2013. Got the date right. So last week's show was really long, and it's because I had so much stuff that I wanted to talk about that I was just like unable to just break it down into little bits. You should have seen how much I edited out of it. Because there was a lot. This week's going to be considerably shorter, but I do have some really neat things to discuss. I'm really just going to jump on in there. First of all, I need to get my lighting figured out. So what's up with this? I'll get it sorted out. Or maybe I'll just stay right here. Oh, here is good. That's good lighting. So September has a pretty gnarly video game release, and if you guys have been followers of the genre, then I'm sure you know which one it is. Grand Theft Auto 5. I almost did 5, but that would have been 10, which would have been silly. If you haven't seen a preview for it yet, after you're done watching my video, pound in GTA 5 in your search bar on YouTube, find the previews for it. It's unreal! It's actually very similar to games like World of Warcraft and Star Trek Online, which involve a totally immersive online gaming experience. So I'm super excited for it. I pre-ordered it for my boyfriend for his birthday. He's got the PS3, so it's gonna look way better on his than it will on the Xbox. I'm definitely gonna play it when I get the chance when he's not playing it. I did have a few complaints. Bear with me on this one. I hate labels. I'm just gonna preface this. I hate labels. I don't like assuming certain characteristics to certain groups of people. All women do this, all men do this. Everyone who is heterosexual is like this, everyone who is not heterosexual is like this. I think it's stupid and it puts people in categories that they can't break out of, which totally isn't fair because we're all individuals and we all just love doing what we do, and if we do things as abiding to a stereotype, then yay, and if we don't, then everybody looks at you funny. I think that's a little bit weird, and I've always kind of blurred the lines as far as gender heteronormativity because, like, what is gender anyways? It's what we make of it. But here's my complaint. When it came out, I was really excited to see it look like you were able to play a female character. Right off the bat, all 3 characters are male. And I realized that probably like the 18 to 25-year-old male is the audience that they're going for. At the same time, man, it would be nice to be able to play a kick-ass chick. Like, I have no problem playing a kick-ass dude, Assassin's Creed, Halo, although to be fair, in the online play I did switch my character to be a female. Just because, I don't know, the armor looked hot and like my tits look great in that armor, you can't deny it. I think it's not about whether you want to be a male or female character, you just want that character to be a more adequate reflection of you. So I'm not here saying that like, oh, it doesn't include females, that's so bad. There also isn't a black main character. But it would be kind of cool to have maybe like a design your own, just so the main character in this video game is reflective of yourself as an individual. So that's my complaint for that. Bringing Star Trek into it, fast forward to the holodeck. The holodeck, you're able to design your own games, your own programs, however you want to play it. You can just tweak things here and there so that they're a little more personal to you. Say we were playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the holodeck, I would tweak a few things to just make them a little more appropriate to me. I would be male prostitutes, and I think I'd have a female lead character. The other thing that I want to bring up about Grand Theft Auto 5 that just needs to be said with all the debate that's going on, when I played Pokemon, I didn't run outside and start throwing Pokeballs at like my pets. I don't think these video games contribute to violence whatsoever, and I think it's actually really stupid that we deny our kids the intelligence to make their own decisions and we automatically associate their behavior with a violent video game. Not that maybe they came up with that violent behavior on their own. Not to say that that's right, but at least you're assigning credit where credit is due. Enough of the video game violence crap. You watch violent movies all the time, it's the same. So speaking of Halo Online, I got the opportunity to bring it over to my boyfriend's house where his parents have this like killer home theater setup with like the 5-speaker surround sound. I've never played video games in surround sound. Oh my god. It's amazing. I was playing and it was like the tank got blown up back there, and that's where the explosion came from. It was so cool. For probably the majority of you, this is like, yeah. But I was like, this is the coolest thing, and I need one of these. So more motivation to get a good job, I suppose. Which, speaking of jobs, I now have one. It's at a catering company. I'm really excited. It should be good. I need some food work experience on my resume. It pays well, and I've also got some other things lined up that are way cooler than that, so we'll see how that goes. So I only have 2 segments today for the sake of length. I do another 15-minute video. As fun as that was to shoot, it was a bitch to edit. So first things first, let's talk about science news.
Engage.
Okay, this is really cool, and I stumbled across it when I was searching the website, and then it was posted later on Reddit, and it just kind of blew up overnight, as these things tend to. Several leading exobiologists and biologists studying the development of life here on Earth have determined that it kind of may have made more sense for life to have started on Mars. According to the article from Gizmag, I just said Gizmag. According to this new article from Gizmag, RNA replication, there are two main elements that you really need. One is molybdenum and the other is boron. What's really cool is that it looks like if you go back in time with both planets, there would have been more of that existing on Mars, like substantially more, and we haven't been able to find it in the same amounts that would indicate life developed on Earth. So who knows, maybe life spontaneously started on Mars, there was a species of alien coming by saying, hey, that planet's actually a little bit too close to the sun for this to work out, we'll just bump you over to this one and go on our merry way. Perhaps the founders had something to do with it. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Moving right along for the Star Trek Open Comm question of the day. I really wanted to respond to all of your opinions over Star Trek Renegades, because obviously it's become really hot button and we're all really interested as to see where the series is gonna go. It sounds, sadly, like you guys are on the same page that I'm on. Neil says, I just finished looking at the trailer of Star Trek Renegades, ... I'm not impressed. Majority of the comments from you guys were all like that. You guys were kind of... There was some hope in there. There was some hope, but the majority of you were really concerned for the future of Star Trek with the announcement of this new series and the kind of direction that it's going in. I think one of my viewers, Jim, really hits it on the head. He says, I don't want more of what we already have in the world today. And then he goes on to cite the violence and chaos and warfare that we're kind of dealing with on a daily basis. It's so true. I mean, think about it. Star Trek was always the positive science fiction. It wasn't the post-apocalyptic, the world is ending, we have to save it, even though that might be positive because, yay, they saved the world, despite how many billions of people may have died in the process, but it's never been that negative. It's really frustrating to see Star Trek take this direction where it's suddenly apocalyptic and there's all this chaos, and the future that we're working towards might not be so positive after all. I think why Star Trek got such brilliant response from everyone is, you know, at the end of this 9 to 5 construct day that we're all forced into, you know, someone drives like a dick on your way home, someone is a dick to you when you're playing video games, you're a dick to somebody else, you just have a crappy day and everything's shit. You come home and you turn on Star Trek and it's not shit anymore. It's awesome. It's a future that we're all working towards. It's a future where everybody's happy and everybody's motivated and everybody's working towards something that's awesome, and what they have is awesome. There's no unnecessary killing or war of interest, and that's what Star Trek's about. That's Gene Roddenberry's vision. So what I'm gonna say, and as my boyfriend Francois would say, hidden in plain sight is Roddenberry's vision, because he hides it brilliantly in the monologue that we hear at the beginning of every Next Gen episode. We've heard it at the beginning of the motion picture, at the end of several movies, the end of the new movies. That's the vision. In that tiny little monologue is what we need in a new Star Trek series. To explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, not ones that are falling into chaos that need us, but just because it's interesting, because we're humans and we're curious, and to boldly go where no one has gone before. And that doesn't mean to the brink of destruction and back. That means to the edge of this part of the galaxy that we haven't really charted yet. Let's see what's out there. That's what Star Trek's about. It's not about saving the world like every other piece of science fiction is. It's about the world 300, 400, 500, 600 years from now. So there it is. I've told you the secret of Star Trek that totally jumped out at me and kind of blew my mind too when I realized that Gene Roddenberry's vision is just that resounding monologue. Back to Renegades for one sec. That means that a lot of people are really not feeling the series, which means that's a lot of pull for a series that's trying to start up. So what you guys can do is keep talking about it, keep debating it, make it public, share your opinion with people, put it on Facebook, do the social media thing. Just get that opinion out there, because they're not going to make a show that people aren't going to enjoy and that people aren't going to watch. And I think if we really communicate to them that this kind of Star Trek will not only reinvigorate long-time, lifelong fans, but also bring in a whole new genre of people who are just looking for that awesome what if. That's science fiction summed up. What if? And nobody did it better than Star Trek. Nobody. So that was all the responses that I wanted to have for that. And that's about all I wanted to say about Star Trek Renegades. Thank you for all your feedback. It was really cool to read all your comments and stuff, and I'm gonna start responding to them actually today because there are a few that I want to hash some stuff out with that'll be kind of cool. And that is everything that I wanted to talk about in my blog today. I have these new show outlines I've been going off of. You know, for everyone who's always told me that organization pays off, I'm sorry for disagreeing with you. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I like to throw things in certain places in my room that make absolutely no sense, but my photographic memory will tell me it's there. But things like this, yeah, no, show outlines. And without further ado, oh, Ted's here to say hello. So on the Halo note, if you would like to join me at some point online, my gamer tag is, boom, Alex Axela. Everybody loves palindromes. I didn't want to just be like, Alex, 4577. What? When I do have my headset on, I'm usually drunk, so I do yell a lot. Never at other people, only ever at myself. And if I do yell at other people, it's meant to be funny. I'm drunk, so I think I'm probably funnier than I am. Right now, the Xbox is still at Francois' house because that's where the really awesome sound is, and I do need to play less and find jobs more. So I'm leaving it there for now. But I have been playing. I've been playing a lot, and it's really enjoyable for me, and I would just love someone to join my team so that we can go pwn noobs together. So let's do that. Let's pwn some noobs! Alright, let's do it. P.S. Sorry the videos have been late. They're still coming weekly. They might not be every Monday. They might be every Tuesday at, say, 1 in the morning. But they're still weekly, and don't worry, they're going to continue well on forever, I hope. That would be nice. On that note, I am going to let you live long and prosper, and I will see you guys next week.